How's everybody doing today? Good to be out here with these guys. They got in last night, had some meetings today with them. Really going to be a kind of a short practice, if you will, a little bit over an hour. Have some more meetings, and then very similar in terms of scheduling for tomorrow. So it's good to get with these guys and start working with them and see what some of the stuff they can do in the classroom, really more importantly, and then just ease them into things outside on the field. So whatever you guys got.
Brian, are these 2 days really for nothing more than to get them acclimated to being a Giant and to understand the program?
Yeah, I think that's right on. That's what I told them yesterday. Like, for you to get to know us to get to know you, there's only a couple days that we're going to do stuff on the field. There's a long way to go, as they can see. We're not going to overdo it in terms of the installation and give them a ton of things to learn. I think it's really important, particularly with some of the tryout guys, is to really minimize the package, not motion, shift, and do all these crazy things, and just see who can perform out there, and maybe we find a couple guys in terms of the tryout guys. And look, these guys have probably not been doing a whole lot of true football work, so we'll ease them into things.
Brian, seen some coaches where they didn't really practice their draft picks at all in the rookie minicamp. What's your approach for that?
Yeah, we'll practice ours. Again, we're going to have about an hour and 10 minutes. Almost half of it will be some type of walkthrough. But we'll do some individual drills. We get about 15 to 20 minutes individual stuff, and we have a 7-on-7 period. We'll do 14 plays of that today. And that's it. We don't have a huge. It's about an hour, a little bit over an hour.
You guys doing anything Sunday or no?
They'll be in here Sunday. We won't be doing anything on the field. That was good. Appreciate you guys.
You guys moved on from James Brownberry, obviously. How do you feel about the cornerback room now that you remove him from there? Because obviously he was a guy that had been the number one corner here for the last 2 years.
Yeah, we have a lot of guys in. For today in rookie camp and tryout stuff, we have guys here all day. Yesterday, really all camp, phase 2. So these guys are working hard, good group. Take it day by day.
Do you expect to add a veteran there?
We'll see. It's worried about rookie camp today. Good question, though.
Would you like to add a veteran though? Like you have a pretty young group back there.
Yeah, I think we'll work with the guys that we have, and if some, we're going to try to add and at times replace guys if other guys are better. So it's a really day-to-day process.
Brian, you guys had a chance to get the bye after the London game, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted, that was what we have to week 5.
Yeah.
Is that just too early for you?
Yeah, where we have it right now, which is after the Seattle game, which is another long trip. We just kind of pushed it back a little bit.
Coach, without the on-field stuff being what it usually will be, how tough is it for a tryout guy to really showcase what he can do in this short period of time to make the roster?
I think you can see stuff in terms of the individual drills that you need to see, whether it's change of direction, quickness. It's a little bit harder for probably the bigger guys. But this is, something we've done for quite a bit. And, if there's a guy out there that stands out, we'll find him.
Brian, what have you seen from Aaron Robinson watching tape of him, and do you think he could play outside cornerback on a consistent basis?
Yeah, he's done. All I can go by with what we've done out here this past month, which is no pads and things like that. But Aaron's been doing a really good job picking up the system. Does a good job in the drills. Excited to work with him.
You think he could be an outside corner?
Yeah, we'll see. Yep.
What have you learned about Kayvon Thibodeau that maybe you didn't know before this whole process started here?
It's just been good to get to know him. I think you have so many different meetings. You meet at the combine, and then he comes up here. You meet with him. He's a good young man. He's got a lot of energy. Even out there, we had a walkthrough a little while ago. He brings a little bit of juice and good sense of humor. I appreciate him.
Brian, what was it? It was said to be a pretty deep, middle of the round tight end class. What was it about Bellinger that made him your guy? What in the scouting process? What did you like about him off field, on field?
Yeah, I think he has good size. He had good speed. He had good hands. Did some good things at the line of scrimmage. Thought he had some tools to work with, and obviously liked him when we selected him there. Done a good job here for the short time I've been around him. Good kid. Good young man, sorry.
Brian, what have you learned about Daniel Jones as a leader over the last couple of months?
He's been great to work with. He's picking things up well. I think the guys really respect him. One, because he is picking it up well. Does a good job in the huddle, does a good job in the classroom. Just a guy that wants to be really good and is trying everything he can do to be the best he can.
What do you see as the biggest learning curve when it comes from college to the pros in the classroom?
It's a good question. There's a lot. Just having that 1 year in college, you don't have as much time, in meeting rooms, so obviously you install a lot less. And then, we went through a couple cadences today just on the offensive side, and they're used to the claps. There's not many cadences. We put in 2, well, we put in 3. We cut it back down to 2 because it took a little while just to get these 2 cadences. That's just the start of it. Formations, how you signal into the sideline. There's so many different things. It's just a different way. There's so much fast pace in college where you're getting signals on the sideline, or you're using boards versus huddle and longer play calls and things like that. We try to minimize that a little bit, but it's still hard on these guys.
Right. What about Youssef Corker? Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I saw he peeked his head out there.
I was saying last time we talked to you, you hadn't signed the UFAs yet.
Mm-hmm.
What about Corker? It seemed like he was kind of a guy people thought was going to get drafted 5th,
Yeah.
6th round, and somehow you got UFA.
Yeah, I think that happens every year. Where this guy should have got drafted in the 4th or 7th or 6th. He's a free agent, or this guy should have been a 7th and he was a 2nd round pick. And everybody, we'll see. He's a good kid. I think he's got a good skill set. Put him back there and see how he does.
Take a couple more, if you got.
The fullback position's obviously been kind of pushed aside a lot in the league, but you're one of the
Yeah.
guys that really still appreciates it. Why do you care about the fullback position so much, and why is it so important to your offense?
Yeah, we have a few guys out here to take a look at relative to that. Again, I think it's just another tool in your offense to see how teams are going to play you, whether they want to stay in, a sub-personnel package, a base personnel package. Does it simplify them? Does it complicate them? I think it's just to have many different personnels offensively to put stress on the defense. If those people are good enough to put out there, I think that is important.
Brian, since we last talked to you, Kadarius Toney showed up for at least some of your guys' voluntary workouts.
No, he showed up for all of them.
Oh, he's been at all of them?
Yeah, since you last talked to
Since
him.
you last talked. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. So thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah,
So,
that's okay.
He was able to get his playbook right. So how good has it been to see him, get him incorporated, and what have you learned about him in person?
Well, I told you I had a really good conversation with KT before. I really like him. He's smart. Again, you're not really you're doing things, a lot of them on air and stuff like that, but you can tell he's got instinctive football. Look, he was a really good quarterback down in Alabama. He's been a pleasure to be around. Good teammate, smart. Yeah, it's been great.
There's a lot of things physically that kind of derailed his season last year. How does he look to you in that regard?
Yeah, well, I think, look, every season's a new season. One season, I wasn't here in terms of him being a rookie. He's doing everything we're asking him to do. Glad he's here. We've had everybody here, so it's been a good few weeks.
Did you like the way he came in though? Like, did you notice that he, was putting in the work in the off season as well?
Yeah, that's tough to do. They all come in and they start the off-season program. All these guys are pros. They take care of their bodies in the off-season. And, you got to pick up a new system and learn some different things. What we're doing in the weight room. He's been just like all the other guys. He's been really good.
Coach, one guy we didn't talk about is the veteran Jordan Atkins, the tight end.
Yeah.
What did you see in him? What does he bring to the table?
Yeah, Andy Bischoff had some experience with him. He's done a good job. He's trying to pick it up as quick as we can. We're kind of moving at a fast pace with the veterans, and he's done a good job since he's been here. We still got a long way to go, but a good addition to the room.
Okay. Anything
Good.
about the big game tonight?
Yeah, go Rangers.